guys, it's Jeff Wilson, John Moore from the Texas Rangers Baseball Podcast. We're here to preview the Boston Red Sox who are in town right now.
Yeah.
This is two different teams. Rangers just come off a 2 games to 1 win over so they took a series from the Kansas City Royals, and now we got Boston in town. These teams are going the opposite direction, in my opinion.
Well, I can see where you're saying that, but the Red Sox are always going to have the money to spend. But they've also, you kind of think back these great Red Sox teams. They've had a lot of homegrown talent, and I think their farm system's not as good as it has been in the past.
Right.
So I think that they might be kind of approaching a phase where they're potentially headed to some financial turmoil or whatever that is in Boston, and might be in a situation where they're going to have to spend to keep up, and they may not want to do that. So Xander Bogaerts is the big one. He's going to be the free agent next year. They have Trevor Story basically ready to step in. I think it's a foregone conclusion that Bogaerts won't be back, but I don't know. But they're just not playing well.
No, I mean let's look at the last 10 games. Rangers are 7-3. They're 2-8.
Yeah.
The record right now, they're last place in the East. They're 11-20. Rangers are 13-17 right now. So I mean, look, these are two teams that Rangers are playing better. Red Sox are playing down. At some point, I think you have to look in the mirror. I'm thinking back to the Rangers in maybe 2017 when they kind of thought, okay, maybe it's time. I don't know. They have a lot of money committed. They just signed Trevor Story to a big contract.
Right.
But Bogaerts is leaving. Maybe this is a wake-up call. I don't know. Let's see what they do. They do tend to spend every year for it.
Well, and we still need to keep in mind it's May the 13th.
No, they're out.
There's 131 games to go for the Red Sox, and I think they probably got a chance to turn this around. But I'm sure a lot of people are sweating bullets in the Northeast right now.
Yeah, and my point is talking about when trade deadline comes this year. I'm wondering if up in the Northeast there in Boston, they might be selling a little more than they might be buying. Some teams don't have to do the full breakdown. They're probably a team that won't do a full breakdown like the Rangers did.
Yeah.
They could just maybe shed some contracts, build up the minor league system, because like we always say, currency is your minor league system to go for the next run.
Yeah.
So, look, if the Rangers continue to play like they're playing and the Red Sox like they're playing, this could be a good weekend for the Rangers.
Could be, and then the Rangers have Dunning going tonight, so that'll be good. Perez will face his old team on Sunday, so those are right now the Rangers' 2 best pitchers, and so we'll see. But I know a lot of people had some angst over the way the Rangers lost Wednesday night with the 4 errors, and they have not been scoring a ton of runs. Dating back to the second win in Philadelphia with a 2-0 win. You're going to go through times like this, and as long as the pitching holds, I just think you got to look at the bright side. The pitching's doing enough to give the offense a chance to scrape across a couple runs, and that's been enough. And it's not just the rotation; it's been the bullpen. So,
yes,
it's a good. It's a good little stretch. It's their best stretch of the season, to be honest. And really, they should have won they could have won all 3 games at New York, and could be 9-1 in the last 10. But they're not. But they are playing well. And
that's baseball. And if nothing else that I've seen from this team, and I think we've both seen. Yes, the 2-8 start was so bad when the Rangers started. Everybody was, this team's off it again. This team is definitely better than last year. We're seeing that time and time again as they start to come together. And, we were talking to Brock Burke in there today, and he was like, he thought the pitching just at first of the year, like you said all along, they just weren't ramped up yet. Yeah. They weren't ready to go.
Yeah, no, and I think, and this is something we talked about with Christopher today with the offenses, not just the Rangers, but baseball wide. You miss a lot of time. And in the Rangers' case, they have the new hitting coaches, and players didn't get the chance
to work with them,
get to know them and trust them. So there's just a lot that this lockout and the shortened spring. People just need to keep it in mind.
And it hurt the Rangers more than others because brand new coaches don't get to work with your players for all that time. Guys, we're going to be back here Monday to do the Angels series. Chris Woodward talked today about Ghost also. We're not going to get into that. That was pretty interesting. But until then, guys, we'll see you at the yard.